It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Dum dum dum, the man with the greatest mustache and facial hair is here. James Sebastian.
That's my CV, like blank years, and then it's moustache.
Dude, ever since last week, I'm loving this vibe that you got, man. It's just eloquent. It's got this poise of just like drama.
Why is my mom paying you? What is going on?
Listen, man, I love it, and I love the fact that you're always here. I love the fact that you're always here, serving us with the good stuff, and you're doing it once again.
Yes, sir.
And it looks like we've got a star-studded lineup of titles coming up, right?
Yeah.
These are trailers.
Just the stuff that caught my eye, just the stuff that I thought would be interesting to you too. Trailers that came out in the last week.
Nice.
I don't know if the moustache is making me jiggly as well.
It is, can you see? You've got this new flow, VV.
You carry on, I'm going to sit like a...
Of course, I'm carrying on, but this is the man with all the info, Mzansi, and he's got a stellar lineup. We've got 3 movies to get through. The first one, it is Jurassic World Dominion. It's anticipated for years now. I mean, if you take into account...
That's a diplomatic word. Are you saying that Ryle is excited himself?
Ryle is excited. Remember, Ryle grew up in the Jurassic era. The day one Jurassic Park movie that just blew minds. Is this going to be very similar?
So now it's back in the hands of Colin Trevorrow after a lot of people in the past maybe didn't like these new iterations, but the entire impetus of this trailer is just hype, just propulsive, just pushing forward. We saw the story trailers, we saw the reintroduction of the legacy folks, which is to say Laura Dern, Sam Neill, hey, B.B. Wong, Jeff Goldblum, all the oldies to all the dinosaurs, are coming back, and they're coming back with a bang, and fortunately a lot of respect. I saw this movie actually, I'm not allowed to talk about it, so I won't give you any criticism of just yet.
Just tease us.
June 10th is when I can give you the, put aside the teasing. But that word I used already, respect for the original cast. They weren't just sort of like given lip service, like, oh, there's a nod to the old dudes.
Yes.
Which a lot of people got upset about with Star Wars, for example.
Yeah.
But they're given a sizable chunk. They're given a mouthful, a clawful in Jurassic World Dominion, where they take on about, like, say, 40% of the movie. But the whole point of this trailer, which released recently, yes, Jeff Goldblum, you weird...
Jeff is back, baby.
What a deliciously strange guy. Is just the explosions, just the roller coaster, but it's actually got a bit of a heart to it too. But I'll tell you a bit more about that June 10th in SA.
Oh, I cannot wait to hear about that.
Also going to show you interviews, by the way.
Especially for a diehard fan like me from back in the day, seeing Jeff back just gives that nostalgia, gives that authenticity.
Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and they're still so good, man. They're the level of actor who could just be like, okay, I'm here for the check.
Yeah.
I'll be in my trailer kind of thing. But the devotion, the commitment, the poise, the focus, all that stuff, it's good.
Stop it, you're making me excited, man.
Stop it, you're going to get me arrested by Universal Pictures.
Yeah, we got another one. We got a lot to get through here this morning.
Yes, sorry.
This is a big...
Whoa!
This is huge, man.
Yes.
This movie literally depicted what we thought was going to be the future. We had so much anticipation when this came out. One of the biggest budgets ever. Avatar.
Tell us the name, Ryle.
Avatar is back. The way of water.
The reason you're a lifeguard.
People are back. They're plugging in again.
Is this why you love the ocean?
Yes. After that movie, I bought a surfboard and I ended up in the ocean. And now you saw Nature Boy. But talk to me about this,
Paint
man.
yourself blue, didn't you? The way of water. So again, this is just like a titillating trailer. This is just like for the senses. It's just sensory. You're not learning too much about the story just yet. People are wondering, where does the story go from here? But good grief, James Cameron has 5 of these planned out until 2028.
Okay.
Work with me, mouth, please. Look at the realism. Ridiculous, by the way. James Cameron comes along and he goes, okay, cool, Marvel, cool, DC, that's nice. Let's try and use computer graphics to its full potential. So yeah, just showcasing the achievement is all this trailer does.
Yeah, man, it looks like, if I think of the first one, imagine the world that we were transported into, and this is something I love about this, is that it transports you into a new world that I can buy into.
What was I whining about with Doctor Strange, for example? Give me world.
Yes.
And so James Cameron bravely, even though it's very similar, of course, to like stuff like, say, Dance with Wolves or whatever you have, the noble savage kind of trope, which is horrible itself. Hopefully they fix that. James Cameron bravely, instead of going on archetypes like we have from, say, Lord of the Rings, we know elves, we know orcs, all that kind of stuff, and he makes this whole new sort of world. And truly, the trailer here, like I just said, is eye candy, just showcasing what they can do. James Cameron comes along, he's part of a trilogy, a holy trinity, including Steven Spielberg, including George Lucas. Where's that guy been? And whenever they make a new movie, they're pushing the technology forward.
Yeah.
So with Star Wars, every time George Lucas was like, hey, sound design has changed in this spectacular way.
Yes.
And James Cameron comes along and, like I said, he tells other CG movies, Good job, everyone. But I'm going to show you how it's done. Avatar, December 18th.
Oh man, absolute magic stuff. JP Sebastian, we've got so much to get through right now. We're running out a bit of time, but we do have another session with you later.
Yes.
Yes, we'll catch up with the rest of it. Mzansi, this man is making me so excited. I'm sure he's doing the same for you, but don't worry, the excitement in the fields will continue after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Staring into the distance, the superhero has arrived once again. The music just gets you all the time, man. It just elevates you.
Truly, like it's my cue. It's like, go to gym, JP. What are you doing?
Now, listen, man, I love it. Mzansi, welcome back. Of course, we are talking about the latest movies trailers. First part was exceptional. Got me so excited. Anybody in my sort of age bracket would be
so
as
pleased that you were that
excited
jazzed about
as well.
Avatar. Like,
Jurassic World, we're talking about Avatar, and now we've got something even better. Well, I don't know if it's even better. Let me not say that.
Another big hitter.
That's another big hitter. What do you got for us, man?
Okay,
This
so
is
called
Don't Worry,
Darling. So I wanted to get started away because we didn't have space for it in the first segment.
Yeah.
Because, I'm talking about the big blockbusters. After this, I'll talk about the artsy-fartsy stuff too.
Artsy-fartsy.
Don't Worry, Darling is directed by Olivia Wilde, the person who's usually known for being an actress. Previously directed Booksmart, which was hugely well received by critics, not for JP so much. However, this is a different vein. Don't Worry, Darling looks like it takes, I don't know if you remember Pleasantville. One of these movies that's like this weird satire on 50s American exceptionalism and hey, everything's sunshine and flowers and white picket fence and whatever.
Yeah,
Florence
American
Pugh,
dream.
Yes, that's life could be a dream on planet Earth kind of thing. Florence Pugh and Harry Styles, I think, is dreamy enough for a lot of viewers. I think that we probably just put some people in cardiac arrest with that kiss. Olivia Wilde appears in it too, of course, and then the sinister Chris Pine. So you've got this what seems like a cult-like situation because everything's way too perfect, like Truman Show.
Yes.
Florence Pugh again appearing in something that looks like it's got cult vibes, similar to Midsommar, and gradually she starts to feel like something is amiss because in this designed community that she's in, whoopsie, we got a little scene there that looks a bit like you've got Hitchcock going on here, you've got Black Swan going on here, and Chris Pine grilling, being sort of like this charismatic leader telling everyone, do you want to be a part of the community? Do you want to change the world with me? There's something happening on
Smells
the surface.
culty indeed.
Clearly.
Oh,
but
red
there's
flags.
also like G-man machinations, which is to say all of the husbands seem to be working on some sort of government project.
Okay.
There you go. There's more Black Swan kind of looks and feels for you. But I think most of the draw for a lot of people, Harry Styles, hey, there's a bit of draw from it looks like Jordan Peele's Us, the people in the red jumpsuits.
Yes.
All these little hints and nods. But Florence Pugh is probably the biggest draw card for me there because what an excellent actress. This is September 23rd in South Africa. If you like that kind of sort of twisty, A Cure for Wellness was something that was sort of similar recently as well. Cult-like, what is the actual vibe? What is the actual story between the beauty, the perfection,
right
and the darkness? Yeah. We'll see that when it comes
Love
up.
it, man. Those first two, JP Sebastian, you've set the bar, my friend. What else you got for us?
Let's get artsy-fartsy then, stroke our beards and all that kind of stuff. It's a
Crimes?
shame. I want to talk about the small movies too.
Yeah. So first one up, we got Crimes of the Future.
Maybe a bit ridiculous to call this small. David Cronenberg, the director, remember The Fly with Jeff Goldblum?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Gross as heck. Everything
This isn't small-time stuff, man. This is
No, it's not. It's the horror director who's got his stripes, got his mileage. He doesn't need any help from me. Viggo Mortensen, everyone loves him from Aragon, obviously Lord of the Rings, but
Yes.
previously worked with David Cronenberg. Do yourself a favor, Eastern Promises, and A History of Violence. Them together, just an excellent pairing. Léa Seydoux, who is also from James Bond, The Last Squeeze, and the last two movies.
of course. Yeah.
Excellent actress as well. Also no stranger to weirdness.
Stewart also coming through.
Yes, shame. How can I forget? There she is. But David Cronenberg is a guy in the realms I was speaking earlier about the Holy Trinity. I suppose he's in an unholy trinity with John Carpenter and Ramirez, etc., classic horror guys. Here, I should tell you a bit about the story. Set in the future, haha, surprise, surprise. And there's this weird new fetish, it seems, but also like performance art where we've now eliminated pain from surgery, which has opened up people's minds to doing weird kind of stuff with their bodies, mutating themselves for art, putting in new organs for sexy times. So yeah, gonna be completely weird, not for the faint of heart. If you've seen The Fly, you know what I'm talking about. No date for this in SA just yet, but hey, footage courtesy of Neon is never a bad thing. Neon is a huge company right now releasing amazing movies. Let's talk about the next one.
Whoa. Next one, on the count of 1, 2, 3.
Shame. So this is a serious subject. Suicide, everyone. Just be careful when you watch stuff like this. Know what space you're in and whatever. Gerard Carmichael is the director and writer and also star of this. Usually does stand-up comedy. Quite a thoughtful, sort of like interesting guy in his way of thinking. So these two friends, lifelong friends, guys listening to Papa Roach. This is my last resort. And immediately Gerard Carmichael's like, dude, that is so cheesy. If you're planning to commit suicide, you don't listen to a song about suicide. You're doing the most cornball kind of thing. So as well as being dark comedy, I think it's also going to have a lot of heart. Tiffany Haddish is the ex, clearly, in the situation that has had him sort of pushed over the edge. Henry Winkler, classic face there, amazing actor, is the father of the best friend of Gerard Carmichael, the name of which doesn't come to me. Richard Abbott, if I remember correctly?
Yes. No, not Richard Abbott. I don't see that on this one.
It don't matter. So the two of them make a pact that if they can't get it right, it's like 3 days now that the dudes try to commit suicide. So this guy's talking about, let's have our last day on Earth together.
A last hoorah.
And try and do some good in the world. So hopefully this puts in them a sense of purpose and a sense of turnaround. The movie looks like it broaches a lot of the stuff that we talking about so naively, like the boss character of Gerard Carmichael's like, I know you're in a bit of a slump right now, but suicide is not the answer. Like, it's not that simple, folks. Like, if you know someone who's going through this, and I do, it's so complex, and hopefully the movie alludes to that complexity and a sense of humanity with which we have to treat a situation that's a sickness. Take care of each other, everyone.
Does it give it the potential to obviously relate, to understand? Is there a feel-good at the end of it?
We'll see. Hopefully it's not a complete mess, because that could also happen. Could be completely offensive to people who've walked this walk. But critics are already giving it pretty good reviews. No date in SA just yet, but I'll let you know when it comes here. It's an important topic, please.
Beautiful stuff. JP Sebastian, you've outdone yourself this morning, I must say so. And it's not just the new Tash, of course, it's you. And coming through with the latest when it comes to movies, I can't thank you enough. Brother, have a beautiful day. I hope you, Mzansi, have been charged and excited to get into the movies and check out some of these latest trailers. Of course, they're not out yet. Releases have been given to you. But of course, JP Sebastian always coming through with the good stuff. And speaking of good stuff, let's carry on with it right now.